Hello everyone, my name is Raul Rodriguez and I am a teacher of English as a foreign language from Chile. This video will be the first one out of a series of videos explaining different contents related to grammar and vocabulary. Today's content will be present simple. As an outline, first we will see some examples of present simple in use together. Then we will understand the affirmative form of this verb tense. After that, we will discuss and analyze some of the rules to add the final s in third person singular. Finally, we will mention some of the most typical uses that are given to present simple in English. Here we can see some examples of present simple in use. In the sentences, I wake up at 8 o'clock. Water boils at 100 Celsius degrees and the train departs at 4 p.m. However, what do these sentences have in common in terms of form, meaning, and use? That's what we are going to see in the following slides. To use present simple in its affirmative form, we will need a subject, which can be a pronoun like I in this case. Also, we will need a verb in its base form, like wake up. And, depending on the verb, we can also have some additional information. In this case, at 8 o'clock is an information about time, but depending on each verb, we could have this type of information, or maybe we could also have an object receiving the actions of the verb. Looking at our previous examples, even though in both cases we have a subject and a verb in its base form, in water boils at 100 Celsius degrees, we have to add a final s. We'll see why and how we can do it in the following slides. First of all, we have to understand that this rule only applies in third person singular in present simple in affirmative form. Also, in this case, water corresponds to the same as it, which is a form in third person singular. This is why the rule also applies in this case. However, we will see that in some cases we will have to make some changes to the verb before adding the final s. We will analyze them in the next slide. In most cases we just add s, so play becomes plays and listen becomes listens. But when we have verbs ending in y after a consonant sounds like carry, it becomes carries. The same applies to study, which becomes studies. Additionally, we have another rule regarding third person singular in present simple. When we have very short verbs ending in vowels, like do and goes, we have to add es, so do becomes does and go becomes goes. Also, in verbs ending in s, double s, sh, ch, and x, we have to also add es. For example, miss becomes misses, wash becomes washes, teach becomes teaches, and fax becomes faxes. Finally, here we can see some typical uses of present simple in English. They are habits, routines, facts, regular events, and schedules. It is also important to remember at this point, especially if you are a native speaker of Spanish like me, that we do not use present simple in English to talk about events occurring at the moment of speaking. To do that, we use a different time tense that will be studied in another video. As a summary, today we covered present simple in its affirmative form, the rules for adding the final s to third person singular, and most of the typical uses of present simple in English. Please feel free to contact me in case you have any doubt or question. And thanks for watching.